Thanks for joining us today. We want to review some simple ways in which the new Automotive Information Center can be used to improve customer experience and increase profits in your store. In the next 5 minutes, we will review 3 scenarios where the Information Center can be used every day. Helping customers easily understand repair recommendations. For example, a customer is experiencing squealing from the front end of their car.
Hi, I was wondering if you could help me.
Hello.
My tires are making a squeaking sound from the front, but I'm not sure what's going on there.
Okay, all right. It sounds like it might be an issue with braking, but tell you what, come on around here. Let's take a look at your braking system. Bring it up first, and then we can get a better understanding of what's going on. Okay, Maria, now, as I mentioned, on that brake repair, let's take a quick look at what may have been causing that squealing sound you just mentioned at the counter. Okay, I just brought up all the different systems on the vehicle. Let's take a look at braking. And this will give us an idea of how the whole braking system works in your vehicle, and then we're going to drill down a little deeper into figuring out what is potentially wrong and why that squeal happened. So when you push on the brake pedal, it pushes the brake fluid down from the master cylinder, out down these brake lines to these brake assemblies. Now you mentioned it was in the front, so let's take a look at the way those front brakes really work. The way it works is that fluid, when you push, it fills up this piston area here, pushes against the piston, and these brake pads actually clamp onto this rotor that's spinning. And that's where your wheel's actually bolted on, so it's actually rotating this way on the vehicle. So once it presses in, eventually all this brake pad though wears away over time, and it's built to do that, it's supposed to do that. The problem is when we get to that squealing sound. So I'm going to show you one more angle of how this is built and why we're getting that sound. And the only way we can know for sure is after the technician actually puts it up on the hoist, but I'm going to give you an idea of what it might be. So here's that brake assembly on the front, on these disc brakes. Your wheel is normally bolted on here onto these wheel studs. We've taken those off so you can have a better peek in here as how it works. This is where this brake pad here, this red area, that has worn away. And that little pin there, that's the wear indicator. It's now rubbing against the rotor, and that's like an early warning system to tell you, come on in and get your brakes checked, before it causes greater damage, because if these brake pads wear all the way down to the metal and they rub on metal, that's when you get a very loud noise. You could even get a problem of breaking it altogether, or you can damage this rotor to the point where it has to get replaced. So it's a good thing you came in today. We'll take a look at it and we'll make sure that that is actually the problem.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Making it easier to help customers purchase scheduled maintenance. For example, a customer asks how they can reduce the big repair bills.
If there is anything we could do to help reduce the chance of sort of breakdown in the future or those big repairs, and there is something we could do. We can look at your scheduled maintenance for your Honda. Let me walk around. Come on around here. Let's take a look at the kiosk. And let's bring up your vehicle. Now, Maria, one of the things we can look at is the specific maintenance for your vehicle, for Honda. So in our maintenance section, we have one area which is scheduled maintenance. So let's take a look at your particular vehicle. So you can go ahead and just fill it in for us. The year of your vehicle.
2003 Honda Accord.
Then your approximate mileage.
59.
Okay, so it's going to go through and it's going to pull up what Honda recommends is the scheduled maintenance on your vehicle at 59,000 miles. And it looks at the closest one to you is 60,000 miles. We just passed 55, obviously. And at 60, it's a pretty significant one, but this is the one that Honda recommends. These items, looks like about maybe 12 items to be inspected. Some things should get replaced at this point in order to keep your vehicle in top running condition. And we're trying to avoid those costly repairs and breakdowns, which will happen if we don't maintain our vehicle on a regular basis. So if you'd like, I can go through each one of these one by one, and then you can decide which ones you want us to proceed with and which ones you'd like to leave. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Yeah, good, okay.
Selling tires and educating the customer on how to get long tire life. For example, thanks for buying from us. Here's the best way to maintain them.
So Maria, thank you very much for buying our tires from us today.
No problem.
One thing I could do is show you how to extend the life of those tires. Would you like to see about that?
I would.
Okay, let's take a look.
No.
Okay, so let's take a look at a few things. I'm going to bring up the tire menu. Number one is, first of all, rotation. Tire rotation is key to us getting so that the tires wear evenly over time. And if we take a look at this, what we do is we take the tires from the back of the vehicle and we rotate them to the front. And that's because when you're driving the car at the front and turning the wheels, it wears excessively on the front of the wheels more than the back. So we want to move them to the back, and we do this about every 6,000 miles or so. So that's one thing I want to show you. Let's take a look at one other thing that's important, and that is your alignment. This is one that some people find a little difficult, but what it's about is basically keeping your wheels aligned straight down the road when you are driving your vehicle. And what happens is occasionally if you hit a pothole, especially in spring like this now, or a curb, at some point you can knock your alignment out. And that's where one of the wheels will try to turn out slightly or inward slightly, and that'll wear off rubber prematurely off your tires. So we don't want that to happen. So each time your vehicle is in, we should at least just check a basic alignment and make sure that your wheels are still aligned properly for you. The last thing that I want to show you was one other thing that people forget about, and that is balancing. When we rotate your tires, we're also going to balance them and check that they're balanced properly. When we put your tires on today, we installed wheel weights, and this compensates for a little bit of irregularity that's in rubber, in the tire, and in the rim itself. We put the wheel weights on to make it perfectly balanced as it spins down the highway. But occasionally over time, if you hit something hard, it may jar one of these free, or even after years of being on the wheel, they can come off. So we're going to check those as well, because if that's unbalanced, then you'll get a vibration possibly, or even some premature wear in your tire. We want to avoid that.
Now, watching this short video is a good first step, but it is even more important that you now immediately give at least one of these methods a test drive right now in your shop. Grab anybody and see how it feels. Start with tires. You will naturally need to make it work your own way for it to be genuine. After all, you know your business and your customers just want the genuine you, but they sometimes need tools like this information center for them to really understand what you are trying to tell them or show them. Next, move on to role-playing with scheduled maintenance and see how easy it is to bring up anyone's vehicle. Lastly, role-play with the systems area to help explain repairs and how all major systems operate. There are 9 major screens and many more drill-down screens. It will take you a few minutes to become aware how useful the drill-downs are for helping explaining. Lastly, as you may know, all screens can switch to Spanish with a push of the bottom left Español button and back to English at any time. This can help bridge some uncomfortable communication barriers. The more you try it, the more comfortable you will become, and the more you become your customer's trusted advisor. This is the ultimate position that your competition will not be able to match. Good luck and have some fun. Brought to you as a complimentary service by SciTech Interactive Media, creating trust at the point of decision.